Welcome to Nerdities. Bitches.
Welcome, gentle listeners. It is time for another retrospective on a film series or two that all of us should be familiar with. I say should because not all of us in this group are familiar with it. I am Mike.
I am Justin.
Okay.
I'm Vin.
And I'm Joe.
What are you tapping together, Joe?
My chocolate salty balls.
Anyway, I figured it wouldn't be a full episode to just do all of the Alien movies, and it wouldn't be a full episode to do all the Predator movies. So you slap them together, and there is a little overlap there for two of them.
They do exist in the same universe.
Retrospective. What's up?
They do exist in the same universe.
Depending on the continuity, yeah. Let's get right out of the gate. Alien.
In space, nobody could hear you scream.
Thanks for the slug line, Joe.
Yep.
One of the best horror movies ever. Still holds up all these years later, despite what teenagers these days might say.
See, I think you're a little biased.
I don't, Mike.
Thank you.
Push
Yeah,
back.
it totally holds up.
Thank you, Vinny.
Thank you, Joe.
I don't think it holds up as well as a horror movie.
Wrong.
Okay. It's my opinion, so hold on.
Yeah, well, it's not good, though. We're just being honest with you. Keep going.
I will say, though, as a classic movie, yes, absolutely. It is one of the best classic films out there of a genre.
What about it's great then? Because it's meant to be a horror. So if it's not doing its job as a horror, what keeps it above?
Because it's still a really solid science fiction movie.
That's undeniable. But I think the body horror aspect of it still is creepy. Like,
Sure.
having seen it so many times, it loses something.
Yeah.
But the scenes are still tense. The suspense is still there.
But you're looking at it through the eyes of someone who has grown up watching that when you were younger. So it has that impact on you, right? When you look at it, and I'm not using James as an example, I'm using my sister-in-law, right? She's in close proximity of age to like Vinny and most of us, right?
I'm ageless.
She has not seen it. And if she were to watch it now, it wouldn't affect her in the way as a horror movie did to us when we were younger.
I mean, that's a lot of speculation. Although you do know her better. Have you watched horror movies with her?
Yeah.
Now, what kind of horror movie are we talking? Would she go for?
She's not like... She doesn't go out of her way. She's not like a horror fan like I am. But, like, you gotta remember, you're coming out of times, like, in the last 15 years alone, where the Blumhouse shit, you know, the Conjuring movies, Insidious, Sinister, like...
Well, it's more demonic.
But it's still, that's the flavor that people find more, like, the original Paranormal Activity is still fucking spooky. Right? I'm not saying...
Well, now we're getting into personal opinion, because I find most of those movies dog shit.
It's like Jaws. The whole beginning of Jaws, before you actually see the shark, is still terrifying. Because your mind still makes up what's going on in the alien.
You're getting combative. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm not saying there isn't elements of the movie that are tense. I'm just saying, as a horror movie, I wouldn't use the term "it holds up." I'd say,
Joe, turn it up, Joe.
I'd say it can still be considered a classic horror. It's just like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. They're fucking hilarious. They're not scary like they were when we were kids.
I think they are designed for teenagers.
Sure.
Alien wasn't.
I understand that, Joe, but I'm just saying I would not use the term "it holds up." It's not The Exorcist.
Even The Exorcist doesn't hold up.
Not anymore, no.
The Exorcist only holds up if you have a Christian upbringing, and even then, barely. Anyway, we spent a lot of time just throwing around our opinions and not numbers. I'm going to give it a 95 because it is such a trendsetter, and I know a lot of people are going to shoot low on it.
I'll say 80.
I'm going to go 85, just because I still enjoy it. The acting, the directing, the writing, the cinematography, phenomenal.
The naturalism of all the actors in it is pretty great. The back and forth, everyone is on point in that movie. Vinny, is this one you've seen?
This is what I've seen. I give it an 85.1, just a tad over Joe because. But my producers have asked me, what do you think? What horror movies do you think do hold up, Justin? What is your holdups? Movies that hold up.
If you'd like to wait for the next show when we have more time for that, I'll discuss it.
Oh, it's a whole discussion. I didn't realize. I figured you had something teed up because you were so quick to attack Mike and Joe. I was just going,
my Joe.
No, Mike and Joe. Mike and Joe.
Joe. Okay, I thought you were being possessive there.
No. Coat of arms. I'm just rallying to the troops. But
okay.
Next show, I suppose.
Yes. We'll get into the meat and veg of that one then. Next up, in chronological order, Aliens. No number at the end of this one. Let's just pluralize. Now, I would say as good as a thriller/horror the original one is, this is as good an action movie. So it gets a 95 from me.
I'll go to 92. Aliens is, in my opinion, a better fit for this franchise.
I think of it as an evolution. You start off with one of them with a weak group of people unable to defend themselves to set up the premise, and then in the second one with a strong group of people, you throw more at them.
Oh, wait, what the fuck did the first one get? What was the grand total?
Oh yeah, 86.28. Because we're weird. Alright, you said 92 or 90?
92.
92. I wasn't sure if you said 90 as well. If you meant 90 as well. 92, 95. Who's got a thought on this one?
I love Aliens. Aliens is one of my favorite movies.
It's one of those rare movies that gets better when you watch the director's cut.
Yeah. Cameron did such a great job with the story, evolving into the second movie and turning it into an action sci-fi. And Paul Reiser is such a bitch in that movie. You fucking hate him.
You should check out the comic they made about him.
About Burke?
Carter Burke. It's a what if where he survives and he just keeps being a bastard.
What if he never stopped being a cunt?
What if he was pure shit?
And Stan Winston's creatures that he did that just absolutely phenomenal. Practical effects at its finest was that movie.
That queen, still disturbing.
Oh yeah.
None of that's a number though, Joe.
At 95. I will concur your 95.
Is this the one where she comes back like G.I. Jane?
No, it's the third one.
No.
That's the third one?
Yeah.
This is the Get Away From Her, You Bitch movie.
Yeah. With Newt and oh my god, why can't I think of Hicks.
Bishop.
She's in that mech lift armor thing.
And the characters are really great, mostly.
Mostly.
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
You did not see this one, did you, Vinny?
I have not. However, I will give you the audience score of 85.
Finn, this one you would enjoy.
Yeah,
I know. Well, you know, I've been on my Mad Max kick. I watched the first two. I'm going to watch the third one, and I was debating on doing Mission Impossible next. Who made a noise, Joe?
I made it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll jump into aliens instead.
Aliens.
I'm kind of mind blown that we can do an entire Mission Impossible retrospective at this point as a show if we wanted to.
If we wanted to.
That's when where I'd be like, oh, I kind of tapped out halfway through.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've never seen any of them.
I watched the first two.
First one's really good. Second one's dog shit. Third one comes back. Fourth one's okay.
Third one is pretty good.
Third one's the JJ one.
Yeah.
He brings it back and forth.
They came out when GoldenEye came out, so I was the GoldenEye guy. Tom Cruise is trying to, hop on his coattails, and I was like, nah, it's not happening.
Okay. We'll get to that one eventually. I think that one will be after the Fast and Furious series that we're never going to do.
Oh.
Aliens tops Alien with a 91.75 average. As expuncted. Alien 3. It's a lot of problems.
Yeah.
A lot of problems. As I'm thinking about it, I'm altering my number for this one.
Alien 3, is that the cat one?
The dog one.
The dog one.
Yeah. Unless you watch the director's cut, and it's the cow one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't say I've ever watched the director's cut of that movie.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's not incredible. That's the Prison Planet one. Everybody's heads are shaved.
Prison Planet. Gotcha.
It's got elements that are good, but unlike Aliens, it doesn't take the concept anywhere new. It actually takes it back a few steps by essentially remaking the first one with a weirder group. Instead of space truckers, it's space rapist monks.
Yeah, space prisoner weird people.
Nice. Hills Have Eyes meets Aliens.
And you're not far off. Except that they're all very religious on this planet. They got religified because they're prisoners who were stuck there. So some of them were fighting their baser urges. It was directed by David Fincher. I think it was his first film, and that allows for some interesting stuff. But even he disavows the movie.
Was it his first film?
I'm pretty sure it was his first feature. He had done a lot of videos. Do you know David Fincher did camera work on Return of the Jedi?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Let me. Director. Holy shit, Fincher did 95 fucking movies.
Well, I'm guaranteeing some of those are TV shows.
Yeah.
Like Mindhunter's fucking great. But to speed up the proceedings, I'll give it a 65 because it does look pretty and there's some intensity about it.
It does look pretty.
Yeah.
60.
70. Oh, 70.
Really?
Very kind, Joe.
Just for the Fincher.
So, what's your vote based on our descriptions, Vinny?
Well, the Rotten Tomato score is at 44, and the audience score is an 85. So
that is way too high for that movie.
Here's what I'll do: I'll add that up and divide it by 2.
Split the diff.
So that gives me what 129, so 60, 64, 5, 60. We'll call it 65 for the difference.
Okay.
And Mike, you are completely correct on that one. That is his first feature film.
Yeah.
92. He did music videos up until that point.
It garnered a 65. Which, it does have a lot of issues. If you watch it, you'll be like scratching your head at certain points. And it has a visually interesting ending that really just kind of pisses you off, though. Pisses me off.
I hated the fact that the second one, Aliens, had such a, kind of hope ending, and then Alien 3 begins, oh yeah, they're dead.
Yeah, those two, you ain't gonna hear from them no more.
Yeah, they dead.
Off screen. Just an off-screen murder.
That. That's why I wish that the boot, they did have the one that they were working on that would like get rid of.
The one that Blomkamp was going to do. Yeah, that would have set a lot of things right, because it would have omitted the next one, which I'll admit I've watched more than once. I find it fun. There's a lot of fun things going on, because basically Alien Resurrection is a fucking comedy. You may call it a comedy of errors.
There you go.
But there are a lot of moments that are just funny. Like when the grenade the guy's about to toss gets knocked out of his hand, and it does the whole bouncing on the rim thing, and falls into the escape pod and blows up a bunch of people. That's goofy. When the general guy is standing there and gets the tongue teeth in the back of his head and like pulls out parts of his brain and looks at it for a second, it's fucking goofiness. Everything Ron Perlman says.
Who wrote Alien?
See,
Joss Whedon.
See, the Perlman of it all makes me love it.
Like I said, it's got a great ragtag group.
Yeah.
The leader of that, I think, is Peter Winghart. Do you have that open, Joe?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Do you remember the guy who played the bad guy in The Crow?
So
He's the captain of that ship. I fucking love him in everything. He was great in Nope. He was great in this. He was great in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. He's got that incredible voice and personality. The cast brings this thing together.
Oh, yeah.
Everything else tears it apart. Fucking not... You know, when I first saw it, it didn't make sense that they cloned Ripley and the fucking alien came along with her. I never got that. Michael Wincott. That guy's great. What they reveal later on in the series actually allows that to make sense. But you wouldn't fucking understand it because they don't tell you exactly what's going on with the alien species as far as their DNA goes. There's a lot of speculation. So when they clone her and you're like, wait, what? How does that's not how DNA works.
Would you give
all its problems though? I will give it, I'll give it a 50.
Wow. That's low.
Yeah.
I fucking love Ron Perlman in this movie, though.
He's not the man with whom to fuck.
For Ron Perlman alone, 69.
Yeah.
Okay. Give it.
Is he a better part of a group in this or in Blade 2? Because he basically plays the same character in both.
I was about to say, he is the same guy.
Yes.
I don't know what. I did not like this movie.
I can see on your face you're
I did not like this movie. Like when and Winona Ryder when she's the android.
The whole clone room scene though is probably the best thing in the whole deal.
Please kill me.
Yeah, the way it gets more and more fucked up as you're looking at these failed experiments. Like it's got moments you're like, oh shit, this is an alien film.
I know it's like, well, when did this come out? 97? The 97 CGI of the xenomorph is bad.
Not great.
It's bad. What did I give Alien 3? Did I give 70? Or did I give 60?
You gave it a 70.
Wow. What the hell was I thinking? Let's go with a 50. Alien 4 was bad.
I still find it entertaining.
It is entertaining. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. It is a fun, dumb watch.
Vinny, what's your audience score combo Annihilation?
So, Rotten Tomatoes gives it 39. Or no, I'm sorry. The audience score for Aliens on Rotten Tomatoes was 39, while the critics scored it a 55. IMDb made it a 6.2 out of 10. So, to split the difference, 55.
Okay. 224 divided by 4. 56. This. You know what? I'm not going to quibble. It's not a great movie, but it has some fun moments. Which is, I think, a lot more that can be said about that than Prometheus.
Fucking,
You said
I hate
fun
this
movie. There's no fun movie in
I
Prometheus.
fucking hate Prometheus.
Prometheus was like, what the fuck am I watching?
There's a lot of shit about Prometheus I enjoy. There's a lot of concepts in it I like. The way it was handled, not good.
He got very preachy with Prometheus.
You got preachy with both of them.
Yeah. I didn't see the last one.
It was alright. It was better than Prometheus. I mean, Fassbender's great in both of them. Fassbender is the highlight of both that and Covenant.
I did like David because he, got to play that synth.
Yeah, he got to play a cold bastard.
Yeah.
A cold, manipulative bastard.
Yeah.
And did a great job at it. And there were so many things that were so fucking obvious in it. Like, oh, the old man died before the trip started. No, he didn't. He's on the fucking ship. It's so obvious. Stop trying these lame-ass misdirects.
Mm-hmm.
And I say it all the time, the biggest fucking plot hole in any movie I've ever seen. The guy doing the geological survey of the place, getting the scan of the pyramid they're in, knows every crevice, every fucking corner of the place, gets lost.
Can we just score this?
Oh, you just want to go that much time, huh?
I fucking hate this movie.
I gave it a 40.
5.
5?
That's a 5.
Straight up 5.
5. I hate Prometheus. It was one of the biggest cinematic wastes of my fucking time.
I'm giving it a 35 just because you had Idris, you had Fassbender.
That cast didn't fucking save shit.
That's the only reason it's getting that high of a score from me.
Is that the one with McBride?
No, that's the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the critic score is 73. Audience score is 68. Based on what you guys are saying, it's like a 4. I'll give it a 60 to be fair. Based on I did see this one. I forgot about it. We'll give it a 40 because I don't remember anything about the movie.
Fuck this
That
movie.
weird alien at the end,
Yeah.
weird xenomorph.
Fuck this movie so hard.
With the Jack White,
Oh God,
the giant Jack Whites.
Yeah.
Fucking.
The whole scene in the surgery pod, that was actually pretty cool. But
Sure.
there wasn't much else.
No.
30.
Yeah, that's
I
more,
thought the beginning with the giant Jack White was cool.
that's more than what this movie fucking deserves.
The engineers is what they were called.
The engineer.
It should
Why were they
engineered a better
jacked?
fucking plot.
Well, 'cause they were in great shape, man. They did cardio.
Lean proteins.
hmm
High intensity workouts while they're making it.
Next up would be Alien Covenant.
It's
Slightly better in
Slightly
my eyes.
better.
Slightly better in my eyes.
Slightly.
I did not see this. I stopped after Prometheus.
This one's
It's fair.
it explains a lot more about where the aliens come from, and you get some really good David action. And actually, Fassbender plays 2 different synths in this one. Does a pretty solid job. But if you didn't like the preachiness angle, this one gets not really religious, but it plays off the notion of science versus
It's
religion.
fairly religious.
It's fairly religious. I gave it a 50.
20.
I can't rate him.
No, I mean, you could do like, put in what Vinny's gonna put in.
All right. Let's see. Got a 6.4, and then.
Yeah, it looks like IMDb did 6.4. Rotten Tomatoes did 65. No, I'm sorry. Rotten Tomatoes did 57. Audience did 65. So what do you chalk that up to? 61, 62?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Just a straight 60, I'd say.
Yeah, let's go with 60.
Yeah, that's fine.
So 260s.
I really don't think it's going to deserve what it's getting. 47.5. I can't.
Yeah,
say
that's a fair score.
Yeah, it's right around what I gave it. So, I can't even say it's so much better than Prometheus
because it's not.
Yeah, it really, and it actually, in the end, it's got some of the worst looking alien CGI ever.
So when you Google it, it says critical reception. Alien Covenant received generally positive to mixed reviews from critics.
Fairly accurate.
I guess.
It's a think piece with special effects. It's what Ridley Scott has been doing for the last
if you enjoyed Prometheus, I can understand enjoying.
Well, then it says, in contrast, audience scores are significantly lower. More of a negative reaction from audience.
Yeah.
So the critics don't know shit. Can we be the new Cisco and Ebron?
I mean, that's pretty much what we're aiming to do.
Yeah. Nice. Doing a better job with more fucks, too.
Yeah.
Sweet. Dong song.
Cisco and Ebert. That's what you did there.
Yeah.
That sounds him?
Cisco. Yeah.
What's next?
Just twat. Keep going.
Very recently, I believe last year, came up with another alien movie, Romulus, which it didn't reinvent the wheel.
Nope.
But it did some very fun, interesting stuff with the concept. It was a little too fan servicey at times. It loses 5 points for me for wedging in "Get Away From Her, You Bitch" for no fucking reason.
Nostalgia.
Doesn't even fit the sequence. But I still give it a 75. It's a more than passable experience. That's, in a lot of ways, the ending's a lot like Resurrection with the final version of the monster, but it's a bit more fucked up than even what they did at the end of that movie.
And tall alien with the giant pussy?
Kind of.
Yeah, the giant...
the giant alien with the pussy and the dicks?
Yeah.
Alien dicks? This movie was kind of entertaining.
If for nothing more than space genitalia.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a 15-year-old at heart, it was funny.
When you see the cocoon that they go in after they pop out, like, they added a little bits to it, but yeah, it does look like a space vagina.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were all about the space genitals.
For space,
the whole thing's a metaphor for sexual transmitted diseases.
For space vagina, I will give it a 62.
Not going to run with that same joke again?
No.
I'll go with you, Justin, because I didn't see it, but I've heard decent things about it.
Vin, what's
it's
your
sitting there on your Hulu right now. Worth a try.
I'll give it the old Arcot Ramathorn, 63.
Yeah.
Right. This one looks like it's going to score decently well. 65.5.
It's not bad.
It was entertaining. I'll never watch it again. But I was the only one laughing when the aliens were trying to face fuck the people. Everyone in the theater was like, oh, and I'm like, oh.
It is a dick. Kind of is pretty much a dick.
Huge one. Yeah. Anatomically speaking, huge dicks on these little fuckers.
Prehensile, too. Like, it'll worm its way into your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Alright, I'm going to save the crossover movies for the very end. So let's jump over to the other franchise, which has its highs and lows, but starts off, as far as I'm concerned, with the highest of highs. Predator is one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
Bingo.
It is one of the best action movies ever made.
Do you remember your first watch?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought it was Arnold. I remember watching Commando first, and then years later I saw this, and I was like, "Oh, he's awesome. He's a commando. He's gonna go do some fucking commando shit in the woods." Cut 2, something more. Love this movie.
I don't feel the same way about this movie as you guys do, and I think that has to do with my first Predator movie was Predator 2.
Oh, poor you.
That was the first time I saw a Predator movie. So then,
you basically saw this movie, except with buildings around.
Right. So when I went back years later to watch the first Predator, I was in my teens. And I was just like, damn.
It's so much better than 2. It's fucking.
Oh no! Hey, you're doing the thing where you're assuming. I didn't say 2 is a good fucking movie.
I'm just making a statement. It's so much better than 2.
Let's get shit straight. I did not say 2 was a good movie. I'm just saying.
You saw 2 first.
Yes, that's all. That's all I'm putting out there.
2 ruined your palate. That's the way I'm reading.
Yes, could be a thing.
Yes. Still though, need a number.
What'd you give it?
I give it a 97.
You are fucking ridiculous.
This isn't about facts. It's about opinion.
I understand that, but I still don't understand you.
You gave a multi-million-dollar movie 5, so it's all about opinion.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying I don't understand you and your grading system. I will give it a 77.
I don't fucking understand you. I don't understand.
I just said I don't like them. I don't. I think 77's being fairly reasonable for a movie that I just don't enjoy.
Dude.
We're comparing it to all the other films that we've done on this show, and I'm like, I hate, and I've given it a 10 or a 20. And you guys are attacking me because I'm giving it a fucking 77.
I'm not attacking. I'm saying I don't get you.
I am. Joe, jump in. Get him.
I love Predator. Predator is one of those movies I can
Look,
sit and
more
watch.
power to you. Again, I started with the sequel. It's not great. And in my opinion, this one's not good either. But I understand its place in like action movie history. That's why it got such a high score from me, even though I don't enjoy this movie.
I will go with 94. Aliens, I enjoy it just a little bit more.
I'm going with a 98, son. I think it's the highest score I ever gave.
Yeah, I think it is the highest score you've given to a movie.
Dude, I can watch this movie all the time. She'll come in while I'm like going to sleep, and she's like, "Fuck, again." I'm like, "Yeah, babe." Even though I fall asleep in the first 5 minutes while they're bicep high-fiving.
The most badass handshake.
Doesn't matter. Oh, yeah.
I bet they haven't even gotten off the chopper yet, and you're already done.
Already passed out.
Yeah.
It's America's pastime.
It got a 91.5.
Oh, face. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Okay, so then, logically, Predator 2 would pop up, which, if you've seen the first one, you've seen Predator 2. Just transpose it from a jungle made of leaves and trees to a jungle made of concrete.
In the future.
Technically. In the future past.
Technically?
Yes.
Back then it was the future. Now it's 20 years ago.
With Danny Glover and Gary Busey.
Danny Glover, Gary Busey, Bill Paxton, Ruben Blades. I can't remember the chick's name. She was in Running Man too. She was pretty great. I don't hate this movie. I know it sounds like I'm saying I hate this movie.
I don't either.
It's fun. It's stupid. It builds on the lore at the end.
It is fucking stupid.
It's goofy as fuck. Because they didn't want to rock the boat too much.
Yeah.
They basically just make the same movie, except now there's more people for them to kill. The whole scene with the Jamaicans doing the voodoo ritual, it's incredibly quotable. So for that reason alone, I'll give it a 75.
I will give it a 70.
I will also give it a 70.
I'm going to give it an 80. I enjoy this movie also. Danny Glover just is like,
I'm too old for this shit.
I'll fight an alien. I don't give a fuck. This is where he got too old for, because he was like, I fought aliens.
Yeah.
I can handle perps.
This movie is like such an action cliche, because there's no cop in the world who could talk the shit that he could to his bosses and not be fired.
Well, he's, 6'5", 230, built like a D-end.
Yeah.
You gonna fire him?
Yeah. That's
Well, yeah, you know what? You could, but he's the best damn guy for the job. hence the 80s. Early 90s?
I think early 90s, I think, yeah.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. Best damn guy for the job. Your attitude's out of hand. But damn it.
You're out of line, Hardigan.
You're so damn good at what you do.
73.75.
Oh yeah, Robert Davi was the captain.
Yeah.
Shows up for like 5 seconds in the beginning.
Oh man.
All right. Like I said, I'm skipping the crossover till the end. Predators.
Now this one.
I deeply enjoy this.
I really fucking like this movie.
This is Brody?
Yes.
This is Brody.
Now,
Fishburne.
let's not deny, this is in a lot of ways even more of a remake of the first one.
Sure.
But what it does different, it does incredibly different and incredibly well.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to kiss its ass and tongue its balls like I did the first one, but I think it does deserve an 80 for being derivative yet original at the same time.
I think that's fair from you. It's going to get a higher score from me because it has one of my favorite scenes in a movie ever. That fucking
samurai scene
is fucking mwah.
80, it's beautiful.
It is a great scene.
86.8.
You don't have to decimalize this shit.
Good job.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm gonna go with 85. That cast was fucking
so
awesome. It was stacked.
And half of the people in it weren't even big names yet.
No.
Mahershala Ali, before he was known as anyone. Walton Goggins, well, he was just like that dude.
Yeah.
Was this with Topher also?
Yeah.
Yes.
With him at the end.
I'm so pissed I had that swerve ruined for me.
Oh. The whole time you're like, why the fuck is he there? Like, all these people are bad people. Why is he there?
Well, as soon as he uses that photo that the Russian guy gave as leverage, you're like, oh, he's a piece of shit of some kind.
Oh, he's... Yeah.
And a Fishburne swerve.
Yeah.
I'll give this one an 81.
Did this one? Nimrod
Antel. I know way too much about this stuff.
This dude did Stranger Things. He directed Master of Puppets. Their Master of Puppets video came out in 2013. The time of that is very off.
Odd. 83.2. Very respectable for the Predators.
Yes.
Now, singular, the Predator. I'm looking at the number I gave it. Lower! You're going lower!
This is Predadogs, right?
No, Predadogs were in the Predator, or in Predators.
Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But this is like, this is the one where they drop the F-bomb every other fucking line, though, right?
I don't remember. I watched it once. This is Shane Black's magnum opus.
Because... Is there one more after this, or just this one?
There's one more. There's the back in the 1700s one.
Oh, okay. So this is the one I'm thinking about. This one sucked.
Yeah, this is
fucking terrible.
Great ass.
Yeah.
Completely made just to sell another movie.
I can give a full-fledged bad movie Justin score without having to offend anybody in its place in like movie history, because this movie was fucking terrible.
As I'm looking at it, I'm lowering my score more and more.
What are you giving it?
I just, as I'm sitting here thinking it, I lowered it 5 more points. 35.
That's being very nice.
You're on par.
The only thing I like about it is the character dynamics. They have to create their 10 little Indians to kill, and all of them are interesting because they're former military guys who have issues.
Are they?
They are interesting, and their interactions are good. That's the best part of the movie.
I hate everybody in this movie.
So I like the people, and I like their performance for the most part.
No.
According to
A 9.
Google's AI. The film was often criticized for its convoluted plot, inconsistent tone, and lack of character depth, with the humor often being seen as forced.
Mm-hmm.
The only character development there is between the main guy and his son.
Yeah.
And some of the military mental patients have history that they kind of tease. They have that brothers in arms thing going on, and that got me a little bit of emotion out of me. Like, I feel bad for these guys getting sucked into this thing. Still, I give it a 35.
Yeah,
Justin, did you give it a number?
9. It gets a 9.
9.
It's not even good enough to get a fucking 10.
Didn't even give it a round number.
No.
Joseph?
I'm thinking of like how low, like the lowest I've ever rated a movie was the Fantastic Four.
Fan Force.
The lowest, yeah, that was the lowest I've ever given a movie.
Is this better than Fan Four Stick? I'm technically it might be. No, it might be. Fan Four Stick is fucking trash.
I turned that movie off. I turned Fantastic
I'm not
Four
saying
off.
this is noticeably better. I think in a foot race it might edge it out a little bit. Just might.
It's because that movie. I went on this rant like yesterday at work. Like that was one of the few movies I didn't make it through. Like I made it through Madam Web. I made it through Joker 2, and those were bad.
The Predator though.
That was Megan.
I made it through 7.
7.
Oh boy.
7.
All right, we're treating this like Price is Right now.
Tomato scores 34, audience scores 32, so I will split it with the 33.
All right. I think a 21 is fitting.
I think it's okay, but it could be lower.
So currently, the final standalone Predator movie is titled Prey. And,
Is this with the engines?
yeah. And it's good. As far as I'm concerned,
this
it's
is
very
really good.
Yeah. I'm bouncing around my numbers here because I don't want to kiss its ass too much. Because like all of these, it is mildly derivative.
I mean, I'll be fair because it was a better take.
Yeah.
Setting it when they did. I'll give it a 90.
Give it a 90? I was going for 85.
Yeah.
I totally admit I haven't seen it.
Fuck, you should see this.
I know.
You really should.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
I like recently watched it. Like it's been out for a while and it took me a bit too. But it's worth the fucking watch. She's really good.
That's what I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, it's smart. The action isn't ridiculous. They preach, but not in too much of a preachy way.
Yeah.
Because like that was a horrendous time in history, and all the shit they get is accurate.
I see a dog in the trailer.
Yeah, that dog is.
That gets points.
Yeah.
That dog isn't the most important thing in the movie, but it is important.
It helps.
And such a good boy.
Who's a boy?
He's such a boy.
7-1 on the. I'll give it a B, 85.
You're not far off, Joseph. So the tomato scores a 94, audience scores a 74, split the difference to an 86. I have not seen this one either. I've also heard good things.
Yeah, I do need to watch it.
Maybe we can make a date and watch it together.
Aww.
Who's gonna have the popcorn bucket? Who's gonna cut the hole?
I am.
Both. 86.5 is a very respectable number.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally a real world number, not just kissing its ass because I love it. But yeah, 86.5 totally deserves it. It's sad that we're going to be ending in such a way, but it's just right.
Just do it already.
Yeah.
Take the Band-Aid off.
Alien vs. Predator had so much potential. Look at it. You get fucking Yachwa versus Xenomorphs. You could have just had them fighting each other for 90 minutes.
They should have just had that.
Yeah. It could have been a fucking silent film with the exception of special sound effects for clanking and shooting. And I would have been perfectly fine with no dialogue.
Yeah.
Because the dialogue we got in this was a boo-hoo-tay.
The plot itself was fucking dumb.
Yeah.
You mean the fact that all the pyramids were connected and this one is deep underground? You didn't like that?
Yep, didn't have to remind me. It's seared. The only reason this thing is going to get a score with 2 digits from me is just the fact that they put the 2 things together. I'm not saying what those 2 digits are yet.
I imagine they're going to be very low. Mine is not a grudging 35, but
I think you're being nicer than you need to be.
there are some elements I enjoy. I can say that about any of these movies. It might be a bit generous. Maybe I'll reconsider it. You know what? 25. I'll go with 25.
That's also what I'm doing. 25.
So, audience score 39, Tomatoes 21. I did see this one. I just remember doing a lot of,
You mean the weird laser that cuts through the eye?
Yeah. And I was also like, where's Arnold?
Well, as soon as the one Predator took his mask off and you saw his fucking Mongo face, a bad movie became worse.
Well, it's another forgettable movie for me. I only remember this is when they're in like the Arctic, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
like, they do the luge up.
Yep.
I don't know. I'll give it a 30.
I'll go with you. I'll go with you, Ben. I will give it a 30 because the only thing that I liked was the fact that they actually fought in it.
Like, damn well better.
Yeah.
Everything else, though, and it was a PG-13, so
Yeah,
they
that's
toned it
The
down.
30 comes from the hype. Do you remember the hype around this movie? We're like,
Yes.
oh my god, this is going to happen. They're bringing this together. Fuck yeah.
But
You
you
realize-
And it's like,
I paid to go
Yeah.
see this fucking thing.
I think I did too.
Wow.
I watched this on HBO. I remember that.
I just want to remind you guys, though, you can't write this charity off on your taxes.
Like,
That 30 is set in stone now.
I remember just looking forward to this movie and then watching it, and then you knew exactly how it was gonna play out.
Now, 27.5.
That's fair.
That's fairly fair.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the second one,
I think it's
AVP
better.
Requiem,
I think it's much better.
leaps and bounds better
Yeah.
than that one. Still not great,
No.
but they did some very
Comparing
fun
the
stuff.
fucking two, though.
Yeah. The most important thing they did was that R rating.
Yes.
And the Predator aspect of it wasn't a hunting party, per se. It was a cleanup party.
You mean with and then we had the giant predator, the super predator?
No, that was Predators.
That was,
Yeah.
oh god, then I gotta remember Requiem now.
Requiem, there's only one Predator that shows up in it, and he was codenamed the Wolf, because he's essentially Harvey Keitel's character from Pulp Fiction. He's sent to planets when shit gets fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh man, I gotta watch the trailer for it. I don't remember Requiem.
This was the well, I'm sorry, there is a super Predator, and it's the Predalien.
Yes.
Because at the end of
Predaliens in
AVP,
this one.
The weird alien predator, yeah, I remember
which
that.
was the coolest part of the end of ABP. We're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, we got a hybrid, awesome. And it does turn out to be really fucking cool in Requiem. Requiem, you cannot say you saw the way that fucking movie was ending. I don't think anyone saw that shit coming. As soon as the girl next door gets impaled on the fucking wall by one of those throwing stars, I was like, all bets are off here.
Yeah.
Well, Reddit has it as high as a 9 out of 10. Some have it as a 7 out of 10. A lot of people love this movie, I guess. This is with the pizza boy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Pizza boy, they throw his keys in the drain, and chaos ensues.
Massive explosion.
Yeah.
One of the first people to get infected by a xenomorph is like a 10-year-old. So yeah, they were not screwing around. And then the pregnant lady. They went hardcore in this one.
Yeah.
They went for gore here.
Yeah, they were not fucking around. But compared to the other numbers I've given everything else, I'm not going to go too high with it. I'll go 75.
That's fair. 70. I do like this. I've watched it several times. It's
very solid.
Yeah.
I still don't remember it.
It's morbid as fuck.
Yeah, it really is fucked up. The fucking hospital.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did this come out? 2007? Yeah. This movie's like clouded by lots of smoke for me.
You smoked it out, did you?
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I really...
So, Joe reference, Metacritic has 7.3, 4.6 out of 10 on IMDb, 2.6 out of 5 on Rotten Tomatoes, and then Reddit has it 9 out of 10, but also some have it 7 out of 10. So, how much gore do you like, Bill?
I'll take the gore with, but I want, with story.
It had a good story.
Mm-hmm. It had a handful of stories interlinking. It
was like Slither, but with Predator and Alien, and not as enjoyable.
Yeah, minus the comedy aspects of Slither. Yeah, small town alien invasion, and it doesn't end the way it would in the 50s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Happier endings have been shown.
I'll give it a 70.
Right. Way to join the crowd.
I know I watched it. I just don't remember.
I'll give it a 60 because this is another very forgettable movie for me because I only remember them throwing his keys in the drain and then the Pralien at the end. Right? Is it Pralien? That's what they call it?
Pralien.
Yeah.
Pralien? Yeah, it's very forgettable for me. So what was the score you said? I forget that.
I said 60.
You gave it a 60.
Okay.
It's 68.75. Isn't exactly spitting in this movie's face.
No. It's right around where it should be.
Yeah. Especially cleaning up the mess that the one before it created. Now, did we want an overall amount here?
I don't think we've done it for anything else.
We did it for the MCU stuff.
Yeah, but that was like...
But that's a cohesive story being told.
Yeah.
That deserved it.
This... Alien... They're all over the place.
They really are.
Yeah, I think everything was fairly judged.
Yeah. It's really hard to judge this as a unit. The MCU has Kevin Feige shepherding the whole thing.
Yeah.
So you can lay it on one person's shoulder. This is so many different creators, have so many different ideas.
Yeah.
And so much of it doesn't work. But yeah, that's our opinion on the matter. If you like our opinions, nerdies@gmail.com, nerdies,
Facebook.com/nerdities, @nerdities on Twitter, @nerdities on Instagram, @nerdities on OnlyFans.
I'll show my wang.
You already do. You don't know about it. You all do. ProWrestlingTees.com/nerdities, NERDATIS. New show drops this weekend. Day after you hear this one. EPW debuts in the lineup. It's our homebrew Wrestling Dungeons & Dragons. We got 30 weeks of show coming to you. And you can buy the merch for the wrestlers up on the Pro Wrestling Tees shop. That's ProWrestlingTees.com/nerdities. You can get the EPW logo. You can get some of the character shirts on there. Mike, I would like to be introduced on the next show as the reigning EPW World Heavyweight Champion.
I like a lot of things.
Because I am the reigning EPW World Heavyweight Champion. That's my spiel. Joe?
Check us out at youtube.com, youtube.com/nerdities. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to all things Nerdities. And make sure to check out our new content and our old content and our current content and all of our interviews and fun shows and our upcoming shows. Like them, share them, be one with them.
Oh, we're supposed to. We are supposed to go live next week.
Oh, we are?
It's trivia night next week.
Oh, okay. Check us out next week live on Facebook. I probably should create that.
I'll do that.
Hey, people out there, if you want to give Nerdities money, because we like money, money's good. Money helps us do things. Write to us at nerdities@gmail.com. We'll talk about your business and or product.
There you go.
The opinions of the Nerdies crew are idiotic and poorly set up in a way that should be far more insulting.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Because of the end of civilization, the Clamp Cable Network now leaves the air. We hope you have enjoyed our programming, but more importantly, we hope you have enjoyed life.